Hello and welcome, beautiful souls, to my channel, Light of Shaya. Thank you so much for being here. Welcome to those of you who are new. I hope you enjoy the content, and welcome back to those of you who are returning. I simply want to say thank you so much for all of your support. I appreciate every single one of you. So today I'm going to be doing a message from Spirit once again. I'll be opening up here with the Wisdom of the Oracle cards, and I'll be using the This Might Hurt Tarot to get into the message. So let's go ahead and see what the message from Spirit is today. I hope you're all having a lovely day so far. All right, let's see. Okay, guess that card wants to come out. No place like home. Truth be told, okay, and by the book. Dropped a card there, but we got no place like home. There's no place like home. Wizard of Oz feel here. Truth be told. And then we have by the book. Okay. This is really nice. I can vibe with this. Bottom of the deck, we have soulmates here. And we got the thinker card. Interesting, never-ending story. Okay, so I feel, okay, I'm going to get into this in just a second, but these three cards here, this thinker, okay, so some of you are either dealing with a connection right now or thinking about a connection to come, right? We have the thinker and the never-ending story. I feel, I mean, note how both of these people have their hands clasped, like thinking, right? Very lost in thought, wondering what is going on. If you're dealing with a connection, is this going to work out? I don't see how this is working. Or really just, I feel like the chaos and conflict, interestingly enough, is coming from in here. I've been getting that message a lot lately where there seems to be something about the clashing of the mind, right? And I feel like this is in the, right, this is in the unseen because it's at the bottom of the deck. It's like your subconscious mind has been stressing you out or something like that, perhaps regarding the soulmate connection. But take a look at these cards here, right? We have the no place like home, truth be told, and by the book. I feel like there's likely a conversation to be had here, right? Especially if you're dealing with a soulmate connection about this feeling here. Maybe you'll see each other, right? Maybe meet up at someone's house or something like that. Maybe you're going over to someone's house or they're coming to yours, right? And then there's this truth that is spoken very clearly, right? It's seen very clearly. And there's the by the book energy. So taking one day at a time, right? I feel like if you're dealing with the soulmate and you've been stuck in your head wondering where things are going, I feel like there's going to be a truth spoken about how we're just taking things one day at a time, right? And that's a really healthy mindset to have, right? There's no need to rush anything. If things are peaceful, right? And you have a lot of maybe air in your chart, or, I mean, you don't have to necessarily even have that to get caught up in here, right? I feel like maybe there's a situation here where someone is basically overthinking a situation, right? And once this truth is told, it's like, oh, okay, we're moving one day at a time or something like that, right? So let's see here what the message is. So we have the Hermit, Virgo energy here. There's that, like, going within, finding yourself, right? Taking some time alone to contemplate things. Ten of Pentacles, look at that, someone's home, right? Ten Pentacles is often someone's home. Maybe you'll go to like a family gathering with this person or like a friend gathering. Focused on your foundation, on your money, right? I feel like maybe there's, I don't know why I'm getting the sense of a party here. Maybe a small get-together, right? Interesting. Okay. We have Judgment. Look at that. Wow. A realization, an epiphany, right? The Judgment could be a crossroads, but I always notice this particular deck is one of my favorites, but I believe this is Anubis, if I'm not mistaken. You know, balancing out the scales, it's like, it's judgment, right? You know, if your heart is lighter than a feather, then it's clear, right? There's something about purity here, a very deep sense of purity that I'm sensing. Interesting that I'm saying purity, and look at that. We have the Lovers here. And interestingly enough, we have the, the High Priestess. I said the Lovers, didn't I? We have the High Priestess and the Lovers, right? This is dreams of love, right? Maybe somebody's having dreams about you. Very interesting. Okay, so let's continue here. Look at that, Ace of Wands. This Ace of Wands has been coming out quite a bit in the readings lately. Inspiration, right? It's like a revival. a revival. You know what's really interesting to me is out of all the soul, like little ectoplasms or whatever, this was the one that drew me. See how two people are holding hands? I feel like right, soulmates are two souls that have likely spent lifetimes together, right? There's something here about that. You know, it's really interesting. Earlier today, a song randomly played. I can't remember what the name of the song was, but it was something like, if I the lyrics went something along the lines of, if I die, I hope I meet you in another life, so I can see you smile again for the first time, or something like that, right? There's this whole like reincarnation thing going on here. Very interesting message that I'm getting there. Look at that. It's that High Priestess. Huh, intuition, right? It's very interesting. Okay. Okay, so look at that, the star, Aquarian energy. So we have we have Virgo, Pisces, and Aquarius here. Whew. Just had a sneeze there. But these cards came out in one of the message a few days ago, right? Discovery, a discovery of a new way of doing things. It's like a new way of life. It's like a new way of life, right? Inspiration. The Judgment is a revival. So it's like there's some sort of revival here of a situation. There's that no place like home, right? And there's like this discovery of a new way of life, right? Very interesting. This could also be vivid dreams. Very interesting. Okay, let's continue with the message. I'm getting caught up with the cards here. So, okay, this is crazy, you guys. In the reading a few days ago, I think it was like 3 days ago, this exact combination of cards came out. So there's something very potent about this particular message right here. What was the name of that video? It wasn't On Your Tippy Toes. Oh, Your Unconscious Mind's on the Forefront. So if this reading is resonating so far, take a look at that one, because this exact combination of cards came out. It's a brand new discovery of life, a new way of doing life, right? And the Page of Wands is often a get yourself back up and try again energy, right? It's like, I'm so inspired. I mean, notice, right? This particular page is playing the guitar, right? That requires a great deal of passion and effort, dedication. It's like, I don't care if I'm playing the wrong notes. Eventually, I'm going to figure it out by the book, right? Eventually, we'll figure it out one day at a time. It's like a new way of doing things, right? A new way of life, of living life. Very interesting. I was wondering if that bottom of the deck was going to call towards me, but it didn't. So let's see here. Look at that. The Devil. Very interesting. Page of Wands, Devil. This exact combination of cards is quite fascinating to me. You know, because I've seen this combination of cards, and I'm going to be frank, you guys, I sometimes don't know how to read this, because it's kind of like a very innocent energy, right? Of get yourself up and try again, right? Page of Wands is like learning something new, maybe learning something new about addictions or sexuality, right? Because the devil often does come about as like sexuality, of course, right? The physicality of life. And the Page of Wands combined with the Devil, there's something here about inspiration and sexuality, interestingly enough. There's something very innocent about this card, too. There's like a sense of like a bond, like a tie to innocence or creativity, or it's very interesting that I've seen this exact combination of cards, and it's actually quite fascinating to me, because I have a hard time understanding it at times. I'm actually going to be clarifying it a little bit later, just to kind of get into that, okay? So let's keep on with the message. Okay, so here we have the Two of Wands, right? Planning, decision-making. I always get drawn to like the exploration here. Interesting exploration, right? And then we have the Tower. So a sudden realization. An explosion, something falls apart, an old mindset is broken apart, right? It's really interesting, because the Page of Wands is coming through to me with this Devil energy as like exploratory energy. It's like exploring your sexuality or something like that. Very fascinating. Okay, so let's continue with the message. Very interesting. A discovery of a new way of doing things. Maybe in terms of your sexuality or something like that. Then we have the Six of Cups, right? Past nostalgia, right? A soulmate connection, right? We have Judgment and Six of Cups here, which is about past situations. And in addition to that, it's about soulmates, right? Then we have the Four of Cups. Okay. It's like someone's not interested in the past or innocence anymore. We have the Tower, right? This breaking apart. And then all of this energy is coming through. So I was very curious here. The revival, the Judgment and the Ace of Wands is a revival. And it seems to be a very passionate one at that, right? And given the fact that the Page of Wands and the Devil has come up, there's something here about passion. There's something here about passion. Interesting. There's something here about passion. Look at that Two of Cups already coming out from the Thoth deck. So let's go ahead and see what this Page of Wands and Devil energy is about. Okay, look at that. So we have the Prince of Wands and the Lord of Strength. There's something here about passion, a lot of passion. And with the Strength card, it's about like persevering through, right? Through passion. There's something here about persevering through difficulties, right? In particular when it comes to passion, right? I feel like there's one more card that needs to come up. Look at that. We have the Five of Swords, defeat, the Lord of Defeat. The Five of Swords is, of course, a mentality, right? The Five of Swords is about the ego. It's all about winning at all costs. It's very egocentric. So this Page of Wands Devil energy might be somebody who's a bit selfish in the bedroom or very selfish with their needs, right? For some of you, there could be a sexual addiction here for someone, right? And the Five of Swords is often a card of like humiliation, the Lord of Defeat, right? There's something about defeating someone here. You know what's really interesting to me is that we have, I can't help but notice the upside down pentagram in both of these, right? The Devil has the upside down pentagram and the Five of Swords has an upside down pentagram. There's something here about putting passion, like the carnal pleasures of life, the material pleasures of life before God, right? Because, okay, so with the pentagram, right, the top point is a spirit, right? And then we have, I don't remember exactly what combination it is, but it's air and water. And then at the bottom points, we have fire and earth, right? So when this is turned upside down, the pentagram, right side up, upside down, it's putting material and carnal pleasures of life before God, right? God is at the bottom here. So there's something here about, maybe there's a great deal of passion. It's like all of a sudden, right? All of a sudden there's this revival, this Judgment, Ace of Wands. There's a revival of a situation with this soulmate, right? And all of a sudden, there's this whole discovery of a new way of doing things, right? A discovery of a new way of life. And it has something to do with, I'm getting a heavy sexuality. Sexuality has been coming out very strongly in today's reading and yesterday's, interestingly enough. And there's something about like your world got flipped upside down and all of a sudden it's like a very deep sexual desire for your partner is almost what I'm sensing from this, to the point where it feels like maybe you might be doing the wrong thing. Like, is it okay for me to indulge in my sexuality is kind of what I'm getting, oddly enough, right? And there's something about perseverance here, right? The Lord of Strength here comes through as the Strength card sometimes, because this is one of the most noble cards in this wand suit in this particular deck, because it talks about somebody who is so motivated to dig very deep to the point where like they're unstoppable. They're like, I know I'm going to get through this. There's nothing that can stop me. I'm going to break through this, right? It's like breaking the chains maybe of the Devil energy, trying to break the chains, so to speak. And what's really interesting, the wand suit in the Thoth deck are the most noble of them all. They're associated with spirituality and virtue. And so it's like doing the right thing, right? The Prince of Wands does have a great deal of will. of doing the right thing. So, and what's fascinating is this, I feel like there's a clash. I feel like that's what this defeat is about. There's a clash of interests, or there's a clash of like, it's like I can't experience sexuality in a normal way because of my spirituality, or like, it's almost like it's not as tangible to me right now because I'm having a hard time even like really touching into it. But there's something here about, it's like something got flipped. There's something about like the energies got flipped. All of a sudden there's I'm sensing like, in a sense, lust is kind of what I'm getting here, right? That's you know, the devil is lustful, of course, right? And there's something very playful about it. It's like learning something new about your sexuality or something like that. It's like maybe venturing into new territory for yourself, right? And so there's plans, right? The Two of Wands, it's like you're planning this, and then there's, boom, the Tower, right? The Tower comes in, blows things apart, and it's like a reminder of the past is kind of what I'm getting. A reminder of the past when things didn't work out, or when you rejected this or something like that. There was a missed opportunity in the past for this experience or something like that. Very interesting message so far. So let's see here. What is this Tower about? Let's clarify the Tower. What is this Tower about? Look at that. Okay. Whoa, this is crazy. Okay, so this Tower moment is a truth be told. A truth that is coming to light. And what's fascinating about this is this Tower it's an explosion, right? It's like a sudden realization about why things maybe didn't work out in the past and why there was a rejection. Very fascinating. I'm getting a lot of, it's like a, almost anxiety. And I don't feel like this is my anxiety. It's really weird. There's like a lot of anxiety here. And I don't feel like it's mine. I feel like I'm picking up on someone. Queen of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. A truth is spoken. The truth is spoken by a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. And this particular set of cards is the Hierophant, Taurus energy, and we have Scorpio here. We have Capricorn, Virgo, Pisces, and Aquarius, for those of you dealing with those signs. This is a combination of cards saying a story, or like a situation, emergency situations, right? It's an emergency situation. It's like a book and the records kept of them. So this is record keeping. It was really interesting because a while ago I did a reading called Your Forever Person, where there was the Hermit was present in that particular reading, I believe, right? The Hermit and the Fool philosophy, right? And it was like you're recording everything that you're doing. Something like that, right? Maybe you're journaling and there's a truth that comes through your journal. Maybe if you like look in the past or something like that, of a record, there's something about a record here by the book, right? It's like something that you wrote down or something that you methodically did that kept a record of the things that you were doing. And the realization comes from that. And I feel like maybe this is an internal experience for you, that truth be told. I mean, who knows? Maybe this could be, in a sense, a conversation, right? From a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius here. Like somebody who speaks their truth. Now, you don't have to be a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. You could be embodying the energy of the Queen of Swords, like being very direct, right? Being very direct. Now, the Queen is capable of speaking her truth with compassion. She's capable of speaking her truth with compassion. So the King of Swords, on the other hand, he doesn't access his feelings nearly as much as the Queen, because the Queen is in the feminine energy, right? She's female, so or at least feminine in nature. You don't have to be a female to embody the Queen of Swords, but it's very interesting. So let's keep on with this message here. Look at that. There's that soulmate energy. Lovers. Holy moly. Gemini coming through with the Lovers here. Death energy. Okay, oh my goodness. Scorpio coming through, and then we have the Seven of Wands. Okay, this is a situation where, so the Lovers and the Death are a very beautiful combination of cards, because it's not an ending to a connection, but it's rather two people growing with each other and transforming, and it's a part of you and your partner that needs to be left behind in the past, right? This is a beautiful transformation when the Lovers and Death come together. But look at that, it's followed by the Seven of Wands. Now, what's really cool about this is that Lovers and Death energy are major arcana. These are spiritual lessons, and they are not really, you can't really avoid these. But there was a resistance to this change that was required. There was a resistance to the change that was required in order for this connection to continue to develop. in a healthy manner. Because when the Lovers and the Death come out together, it's about leaving something behind that is not good for either of you. And so you both are moving together in a better light, but there is resistance on someone's behalf. Then we have the Knight of Swords and the Seven of Cups. I feel like there's anger and maybe even confusion here. Why is kind of like the question. It's really interesting because at the bottom of the chaos and conflict, there's a why. Why? This is what Knight of Swords and Seven of Cups is giving me. It's like this why. Like, why is this happening? Why are you resistant? It's almost like you're determined to resist this. Why? And it's interesting because we have a leg up, right? A leg up. It's like, well, let me help you through this. Let's help each other through this. And let's be flexible, right? Let's be flexible with this situation. That way we can move forward in a better light, in a brand new light. So let's see here. Anything else, Spirit? Look at that. Then we have the Eight of Cups, walking away from the chaos and conflict, right? The anger, the why, moving towards maybe being single here, right? This is a King of Pentacles energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Somebody who's very ingrained in the material realm. Now, what's really interesting is that this is fascinating to me. Maybe there's a situation here where there is an illusion, anger. Maybe you wanted to move towards something, a discovery of a new way of life, a new way of doing things, right? And there was something in the connection that needed to be left behind, but somebody resisted it. And then there was anger and confusion as a result, and there was like leaving that behind. It's like leaving that behind, right? The leg up, Nine of Pentacles, King of Pentacles. Where's this situation going? You could be dealing with the Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Yeah, look at that. There's definitely communication here. We have a pairing, counterparts, King of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles. I feel like you both are moving into a place of confidence and boldness, right? After this conversation is had, after this realization, I feel like it's almost like I want to do this. Page of Swords is looking at the Six of Swords, right? Page of Cups is at the bottom of the deck. Maybe there's an apology or communication here. Somebody's holding back, like communication here. Maybe somebody's wanting to move away from this situation. Alrighty, sorry about that, but my video camera's battery died. Of course, always seems to be the case. Okay, so I kind of lost track a little bit of where the message was going, but as I stepped away from this for a minute to kind of contemplate, I feel like for whatever reason, this is a past situation, right? Past situation, somebody who probably wasn't interested in the connection or something along those lines. A new way of doing life appeared as a result of this particular situation. Now, getting back to the Lovers and Death energy, these two cards can often, as I said, be like leaving something unhealthy behind. I feel like there was something unhealthy that was left behind. There is a situation where maybe a phase in the relationship ended, right? A phase of some sort ended in a relationship to leave this unhealthy pattern behind, right? And there was something here about a resistance to whatever that may have been, as I was saying, right? A resistance to leaving that which was unhealthy behind. And this resulted in maybe conflict, arguments even, anger, right? And confusion, right? Maybe somebody decided to even perhaps explore other options, right? And so there was a walking away from the situation, right? Walking away from the confusion, from the anger, from like overthinking, right? The thinker energy coming through from the Knight of Swords. Walking away from that and just indulging in the self, right? Just taking care of yourself, being single, not dealing with the situation anymore. And what's fascinating is then we have these two counterparts, right? Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Queen of Pentacles, King of Pentacles. And there was something here about communication, maybe about moving on, right? Moving on from the situation. And then there was maybe blocked communication here, or somebody who was refusing to budge as a result of this. It was like the walls went up, no longer wanting to deal with the situation, right? And I feel like, in a sense, that if you're dealing with a person where the relationship ended, there was still like a holding on to the situation, right? Four of Pentacles is like clutching things hard, right? It's like holding on to something for dear life. Like, I don't want to let this go or something like that. Okay, let's continue here. Yeah. So I feel like what ended up happening here is the Four of Wands, Three of Wands, like expectations, of course. And with the Four of Wands, I feel like there was a getting together at a home or something like that. And with the Three of Wands, it was like looking towards the future is what I'm sensing, right? It was like waiting. There's a lot of stability here, a lot of waiting, right? 2 4s in a row here. Waiting for things to move forward, likely, right? Yeah, look at that. I feel like what ended up happening is very interesting. 6 of Wands at the bottom of the deck. There seems to be some indecision here with the 2 of Pentacles as well. So what ended up happening, I feel like there was a phase of a relationship that ended, right? There was something unhealthy in the dynamic. Maybe it was this Page of Wands devil energy, right? Something about controlling a situation or something like that. And the Tower was a sudden communication, or like a sudden realization that was maybe through, like I said, through like a journal or something, like something you kept a record of what was going on in the relationship, right? So some of you are like into journaling or whatever, or like maybe you kept track of something. And there's something about keeping track and keeping a record of something here. And there's a truth in the record keeping about what was going on in the situation, right? And so I feel like if this relationship had ended in the past and it's come about again, right? There's this whole no place like home, truth be told energy of like, I feel like this person's my soulmate. They feel like home to me. This is my truth. And we're just moving one day at a time now. And there's that bookkeeping. Again, there's something about like bookkeeping here. I don't know what that may look like for you guys. And so I feel here what ended up happening, maybe you guys met up again or something like that. And now with the Three of Wands, it's like, oh, now we're looking at the 10 of Cups and the 6 of Pentacles. Now things can be balanced. Now there's a sense of flexibility, right? There's that flexibility here of like building together, right? The 10 of Cups, heaven on earth, building together, moving forward in a brand new light. There's something really, there's like an investment here. The balance has somehow been, the equilibrium is now a bit more balanced, right? Maybe it was like a situation of power or something like that, right? I feel like this is a situation of power almost, is almost in the sense what I'm getting, right? And things can move forward in a brand new light. Something better, something a little bit more balanced is what I'm getting, okay? So that's pretty much where the message ends in regards to this particular situation for you, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and pull some angel prayers cards in relation to this particular message to close out the reading. So let's see what the angels have to say in regards to this particular reading. Yeah, okay, there we go. Yeah, there's that balance. That's exactly what I was talking about. That's crazy. Look at that. Bottom of the deck, there's that new beginning, right? That brand new beginning is what I was getting here, right? This situation helped. Whatever this ending was, I feel like there was an ending or a phase of the relationship. You guys may not have broken up. You could have and then gone back together or something like that. That ending brought you to a place where you could love and accept yourself. So it says, thank you, angels, for lovingly guiding me to self-acceptance here, right? It was a lesson in being able to love yourself, accept yourself for who you are, shine your light, right? And then here's the balance. We have, thank you, angels, for bringing my life into balance, right? Now the situation is being brought upon in a much more balanced way, right? As I was saying with the 6 of Pentacles, there's something here about balance coming through very strongly. Maybe somebody wasn't as open to balance in the past or something like that, and now things are balancing out for whatever reason. And we have Speak Your Truth, Archangel Gabriel. Thank you, Gabriel, for helping me to speak with integrity. So there is a need to continue to speak your truth from a balanced place, right? Love and accept yourself. There's that truth be told, right? It's like you told the truth in the situation, and maybe somebody didn't want to believe you or something like that. And you know deep down, like, I was right about this situation, right? And not in like a cocky way. It's just like I knew this was it. I knew there was something up. I knew my truth, and I spoke it. now that it's been spoken, it's like, okay, you know, I can move forward knowing that I spoke my truth with integrity. Then we have peace and harmony, Archangel Raguel. Thank you, Raguel, for surrounding my life in a harmonious light. He's been coming out a great deal lately. Archangel Gabriel came out recently too, I believe in yesterday's reading. So there's here something here about Archangel Raguel coming through in terms of like peace and harmony. There's a sense I can't get over this whole like balance thing, right? There's something about balance. It's like the scales have been balanced out or something along those lines. Look at that. Honor your feelings again with Archangel Hanael here, right? Thank you, Hanael, for supporting me as I honor my emotions. She came out in yesterday's reading too. So there may be a relationship between this reading and yesterday's reading, right? And then, of course, new beginning coming through again. We do have a loved one in heaven here. Thank you, loved ones in heaven, for drawing close at this time. So there could be like a passed on loved one who's been helping you through this situation to try and get you into a balanced place because, of course, they love and care for you and they want to see you thrive, right? They want to see you happy. And so that's really interesting. We have this whole speak your truth, honor your feelings energy coming through here. It's like speak your truth, honor your feelings. If you feel a certain way about a situation, don't be afraid to speak your truth, you know. Embrace the energy of peace and harmony, of course, right? Speak your truth from a balanced place. And if somebody that you've been dealing with has not been honoring your feelings or something like that, it's like, well, tell the truth. Tell the truth. You know, I'm unhappy with the way you treated me, or I'm unhappy with, you know, the dynamic or something. I don't know. There's something here about, I don't know why I immediately hopped to like unhappiness. Maybe there was a sense of dissatisfaction is kind of what I'm getting here with this Four of Cups, a sense of dissatisfaction, right? And it's okay for you to feel that way. Don't come into it with the energy of conflict. There's something here about trying to not only honor your feelings, like recognize them for what they are, understand them. If you're upset, mad, you know, about a situation not panning out the way you had expected it to or something like that, try to your hardest, your darndest, to embrace peace and harmony. I mean, go ahead and pray to any of these angels to help you through this, so that you can become more balanced, be in a more balanced place, so you don't have to worry about speaking your truth from a place of like anger or something along those lines. So there's something here about Archangel Raziel coming through here. It says spiritual gifts. Thank you, Raziel, for helping me channel my gifts and talents, right? So there could have been like maybe channeled information or something along those lines that you guys maybe, right, that record keeping, maybe you guys were channeling information like writing it down or recording it in some way. There's something here about that. And I feel like that particular message is going to resonate a little bit differently for everyone. You know, if you have a certain practice of maybe, I don't know, taking pictures, maybe you guys do tarot and you do like daily tarot readings. And so you kept track of that, and somehow the relationship was kind of like, in a sense, being, how do I say it? It's like that was your way of keeping track of what was going on, if that makes sense. There's something here about keeping track of what was going on. And if you go back in time and look at it, you can see the growth, you can see how you've changed, you can see what happened between you and this person, in particular from your point of view, and how much better you're doing now as a result of the transformation you've gone through, right? This whole love and accept yourself. I feel like you've discovered this new way of life. Now you feel incredible. As a result, you feel much more at ease. There's a sense of peace and harmony here. So, very interesting reading here, right? All right. Well, if you guys felt this reading resonated, feel free to leave a comment down below. I always love hearing from you guys. And of course, if you did enjoy the reading, feel free to hit the like and subscribe button. And as always, I'm sending you so much love and so much light. Take care.